to be honest with you, I'm not really sure why they're helping us.
I heard there's a chess set around here if you ever want to play.
Now that that's settled, did Miss Rucker have any other requests I could help with?
Well, not specifically asked, but...
to accommodate so many guests.
Go on, dear.
They aren't
You know
even
I'm
paying.
thrilled to help if I can.
Well, she did mention needing some help with something for the clinic.
Ah, I see. Certainly.
And Sophie's starting her
Mr.
donation
Del
drive
Rey
today.
only likes to
The
organize
lovely Miss
himself.
Wagner's charitable
Nothing
efforts.
else.
Yes, I hadn't forgotten.
Only he would dust
Oh,
those
and
shelves.
Esme's got something going on in the kitchen she could use a hand with.
Well, I shall certainly see what I can do about that. I'm sure I can arrange some assistance in these matters.
I got a veiled threat from Orlando the other day telling
We
me
could
Oh,
always
well,
use an
hello,
extra hand
darling.
around here.
A pleasure to meet another guest of our fine establishment. I am Orlando, your host and management liaison. If you'll pardon me for just one moment, that will be all. Please give my regards to Ms. Rucker.
the White Springs
If you are here for leisure, I regret to inform you that our regular resort activities are temporarily unavailable. However, if you are here for the refuge and the fine work of the lovely responders, I am delighted to welcome you on their behalf. Ah, perhaps you have not heard. The White Spring is now home to the refuge, a place of safety and care for all in need. The refuge is being run by the responders, individuals committed to the well-being of their fellows. They founded the refuge in response to new waves of refugees coming to Appalachia, people in great need of help. Food, medical care, clothing, a place to sleep.
he would dust those shelves of his.
Of course, dear. The owners of the White Spring itself. The resort, hotel, golf course, all of it. Very much still alive, I assure you, though regrettably unable to oversee affairs in current circumstances. As such, now that we have new guests, they have sent me in their stead to take care of things as needed. I couldn't be more pleased to do so. A delicious opportunity to be of help and meet fascinating people such as yourself.
I was out scavenging for food earlier. Only got
What
attacked
a
by
wonderful
scorched
thing for you to
once.
ask, darling. I knew there was something special about you from
Going
the
to
moment I
accommodate
saw
so
you.
many guests. They
As it
aren't even
happens,
paying.
the responders are looking for volunteers to assist them in a particular outreach effort. Those industrious wonders have repaired a vertibird to full working order and are using it to make contact with more distant settlements. They've made allies with people in Pittsburgh. The locals call it the Pit now, who seem to be in dire need of outside assistance. If you don't mind me saying so, you look like you can handle yourself. You might be just who they're looking for. Judging by what I've heard, it's an accurate one, sadly. Pittsburgh was bombed quite severely during the war. The poor individuals still living there have renamed
Mr.
it to
Della
better
Riva
reflect
only
its
likes to
dreadful
organize
circumstances.
snaps. Nothing else. Oh, if only he would dust those shelves of his.
They call themselves the Union. Something of a resistance movement, I understand, against more aggressive forces. One of their representatives is currently staying with us, a Mr. Skippy Rorich.
believe we've got a
Delightful
vertebrate.
man.
That's a step up in the world if I've ever seen one.
I wish they'd tell us what all of those construction workers are up to. Look at what a mess
Well,
they're making.
they'll be better able to explain the details, but I believe they're looking for fighters, actually. Their contacts in the pit are in something of a desperate situation, it seems, against a dangerous enemy. I hate the thought of you putting yourself in such danger, but it does appear to be for a good
Got
cause.
a veiled threat from Orlando the other day telling me they'd reprogram me if I'm not more positive.
Indeed, isn't that marvelous? They salvaged it and painstakingly repaired it. It's fully functional now. I was very pleased to be able to contribute to this effort in my own small way. If you wish to see it, it resides on the roof of the refuge between flights, along with its charming pilot, Ms. Lennox. Oh, you're terribly brave, aren't you, dear? Imagine if we all had such courage.
Oh, how
Now,
are we going
darling,
to
before
accommodate
anybody
so many
bundles you
guests?
off, the first thing you should do is introduce yourself to some of the responders. I just so happen to know a few in need of more local assistance, and helping them will earn you the other thing you'll need. That other thing, of course, being the ultrasight battery cells, which fuel the vertibird. Ultracells, if you prefer.
That miscreant from Kratos scratched my chassis on the way in. How rude!
Why, from me, of course. Rather, from the management via me, that is. When management heard the responders were restoring the vertibird, they wished to help. They provided the ultracells, and I suggested them to the responders as an alternative means of
This
fueling the
one robot
vertibird.
tried to give
Per
me a
management
haircut before
instructions,
running off.
I distribute a quantity to certain individuals regularly. Management feels this encourages collective decision-making rather than stockpiling. I'm sure they'd be willing to part with them in exchange for
White
your
Springs
aid.
decor is refined and decadent. Don't listen to any naysayers.
Our lovely Ms. Rucker is the closest thing to a leader the refuge has, though I believe she's less than comfortable with the title. You can find her in their headquarters, beyond the dining area. The darling chef, Miss Rousseau, needs some assistance in the kitchen, I hear. And Ms. Wagner, over in the common area, is looking for donations. I'm sure your generosity will be well rewarded.
Dust those shelves of his.
No need for such sour looks, darling. If the gratification of having done good deeds for your fellow Appalachians is not enough, I'm sure there will be ample rewards. When you're done, speak to Mr. Skippy Rorich. He's a representative of the Pit Union staying with us in the refuge. No doubt he'll want to explain the situation in the pit
Folks
before you
don't
depart.
join the responders for caps. They join to make a difference.
Do feel free to
I got a veiled threat from Orlando the other day telling me they'd reprogram me if I'm not more
Oh,
positive.
they've really gotten set up here.
I think I heard a Protectron bark the other day.
Well, hello there, stranger. Pleased to meet you. I'm Sophie Wagner. Look around. Hey, you're back. Rucker's put me in charge of running a bit of a donation drive. Have you met Rucker? She's amazing, you should. Anyway, it might surprise you to know an operation like this is always churning through supplies. We work hard to keep things in stock, and that funny Orlando character does their best to help out as well, but well, we still have shortfalls. So here I am, asking generous folks such as yourself to help us fill in those gaps and keep the refuge running.
You're doing all right, Mama. You're always in my thoughts.
I can't wait until.
Let me check my notes. We always need molded plastic. I'd love it if you could help us with, 50 pieces? We could do a surprising amount. That's okay. Who just carries that around in their pockets or whatever, right? I'll be here all day, though. If you want to come back, bring it by later. If you can, of course.
There's no problem too big to solve.
Glad to see you've returned. Are you ready to donate? You do? Amazing. Thank you so much. This is going to be a big help. It just so happens I got a little something for you as a reward for your generosity. Rucker set aside some ultrasight battery cells I can spare you from the ones the White Spring management doles out. Fancy a vertibird trip? They're not much use for anything else, but I got a feeling you're gonna need them. See? Mutual aid. Everybody wins. Thanks so much for the help. Drop by again. If I know Rucker, I'll be looking for something new every day. Take care of yourself.
No reservations required.
Bonjour! My name is Esme Rousseau, but most people around here know me as Chef Esme. We've had some representatives from Foundation and Crater come here seeking assistance with the recent influx of refugees. I thought that we could help them out by providing some food for their people. I've started a pot of venison and tato stew, one of my newest creations. Would you be able to help me finish it? How wonderful! I can't wait to whip up something delicious for everyone! The stew requires potatoes, venison, salt, black pepper, and carrots. The ingredients can be found in our storage area. Your job is to grab the ingredients and put them in before the stew burns. Super! Let's have you start by stirring the stew, which will help keep it from burning.
Robots sure make my job
Remember to continuously stir during the cooking process. Fantastique! Let's get the first of the ingredients and prepare them. You're looking for carrots, potatoes, and the pièce de résistance, the venison.
Good morning. The dining room is open for breakfast. Please feel free to seat yourself.
I heard about what happened in Morgantown. I know it was way back, but I'm glad they chose to send me somewhere safe and not somewhere like that.
I heard a bunch of nerds arguing over comic book heroes yesterday. Aren't there more important things to worry about?
If you ever find yourself in a bind, you can always call on us. The work I do is extremely rewarding.
This is smelling delicious. Let's add more flavor with some salt and pepper now.
Please seat yourself. A waiter will be with you shortly.
Folks don't join the responders for caps. They join to make a difference.
Superbe! Now that your stew is done, it is time to add your own special touch. A restorative element? How inspired! delicious and useful. I am sure whoever you choose to give it to would be very appreciative. Here is your finished stew. Now, it is time to feed some of the hungry. I believe you can find the raider and settler representatives in the bar area. You must make a choice, since there is not enough to feed everyone, I'm afraid. I'll do my best to gather more ingredients so that we can cook again another time.
Considering all the places I could have ended up.
You have anything to do with this place? We got a bunch of people coming into Crater, trying to eat all our food. And maybe this stew will help cure my hangover, too. Thanks for that.
I suppose a nice refuge like this is worth
Dressed?
Good afternoon. Lunch is now being served.
I think I heard a Protectron bark the other day.
Robot butlers. Is this a refuge or a palace?
Well, seems like timing is one of your strong suits. Look, I can stitch up a gash with the best of them. But Appalachia, well, she can do a lot worse than cut us open. Got a lot of folks here with sickness we don't understand, and injuries we don't know how to treat. What we need more than anything is know-how. So I propose we trade what I got that I don't need for what you need that you don't got. I've heard you're looking ahead into the pit, and the only safe way out of Appalachia is that metal bird Lennox has perched up on the roof. And what keeps her in the air are those ultrasight cells Orlando keeps locked up. So, that's the deal. You bring back medical information that'll help me figure out how to help these folks, and I'll get you all the juice you need. Today you'll be going to school. What's left of it, anyway. So, how about it? Nice. Well, let's get to it then.
Chief mission.
Anything you're able to find, go ahead and bring it back to our lead medic. I'll let her know to look for you.
Safe haven filled with
Good luck
people
out
trying
there.
to help others. Feels like I've died and gone to heaven.
Here to lend a hand,
Well,
or 'cause
you look
you
out the
need a
window.
hand. Either way, the responders are here.
I could really use a drink, but Rucker wants us sober on the job.
I heard
If you're
about
caught out and about with no place to go, the responders have an outpost.
I know it was
flat-
way back, but I'm glad they chose to send me somewhere safe.
just us.
Overseer's personal journal. I was in my junior year when I got the news that Mom died. Mining accident. Everyone in West Virginia has a story like that in the family. You never think it's gonna be you. Dad was in pieces. Those arms. What West Virginia girl could resist all that? I can't believe he stuck with me. After the funeral, I didn't want anyone around. But there he was, showing up in the library after his shift with a lunchbox for us to share. Every day. When the career fair came, and I met the people from Vault-Tec, it was like a light turned on. Protecting families, protecting their future, protecting America. The first thing I did when I got the acceptance letter to Vault-Tec University was head over to Mom's grave with Dad. He was happy I was staying in West Virginia. So was I.
I see on the way in. How rude! If you want to taste something heavenly and divine, Miss Esme is always whipping something up in the kitchen.
Rucker said to be looking for you. I hope you were able to track down those anatomy textbooks. These textbooks are heavier than I thought they'd be. I'll get these distributed to the other medics right away. You've done the responders a great service, and now it's our turn to get to work.
I heard a bunch of
We could
nerds arguing
always
over
use an
comic
extra
book
hand
heroes
around here.
yesterday. Aren't there more important things to worry about?
I can't wait until dinner.
Half that power armor training's tough. It's not that scribe training isn't hard too.
This place could stand to have some cats.
Sorry, I'm not much for conversation. Ellison talked my ear off.
A safe haven filled with people trying to
You ever
help
wonder
others?
where Giuseppe gets all his curios from?